You guys, you don't have balls. Honestly, you don't have balls. I'm being honest, guys. You don't have balls. You don't have balls. All of you. All of you are running. Guys, there is a problem. Stand up and solve it there. Instead, you'll phone your mother, you'll phone your sister, phone this. No, my daughter don't want to trade. What? Aye, guys, come on, man. Because I have seen you guys that you are panicking and you were not psychological. You guys were not psychological ready for what is happening. Honestly, maybe you were not used to stay outside of your families. It can be a challenge to anyone. 2, you can be scared just to be scared. 3, it can be fatigue. I don't want to lie. This group which has come, you have destroyed all the plans. You have made us pain. All these things which we're planning to do, it's hard to do it because of you guys. As you are crying like this, like babies, all of you, what is going to happen when you go home? Are you going to sit with your wife and tell your wife that, me, I'm a soldier? Your wife, which you are reporting, you are crying for water. You are crying that your SIM card is this. You are crying for this. How is she going to respect you? You have to stop it, my brother. You have to stop it. Stop this thing of busy complaining. You are sending home, sending your wife and all those things. Please, if there is a problem, guys, I'm here.
So, guys, the drama continues in the MK party. And of course, it has to do with that story involving Duduzile Zuma, the member of parliament and the daughter of Jacob Zuma. You remember earlier this week, the eldest daughter of Jacob Zuma, Mrs. Nkosazana Bonganini Zuma Ncube, opened a criminal case against her half-sister Duduzile Zuma and 2 other people, Mrs. Sipokazi Zuma and Mr. Blessings Khoza. So the eldest daughter of Jacob Zuma basically accused Duduzile Zuma and these 2 other people of playing the key roles in a mission that sent 17 people to Russia-Ukraine war. And now there's a development on this story because the MK parties, for some reason, they have decided to throw Duduzile Zuma under the bus. But before we get to that, I want us to do a bit of a recap to start where everything started to where everything it is right now. So it started with this statement by the eldest daughter of Jacob Zuma, and it said, I, Nkosazana Bonganini Zuma Ncube, a South African citizen and the first-born daughter to former President Jacob Zuma, wish to address the matters of the 17 South African men who are trapped in the midst of the Ukraine-Russia war. These men were lured to Russia under the false pretenses and handed to a Russian mercenary group to fight in the Ukraine war without their knowledge or consent. Amongst these 17 men who are requesting the South African government for assistance, 8 are my family members. Driven by my moral obligation, I have opened a criminal case at the Sentin police station on the 22nd of November 2025 at approximately 6:30 p.m. against the following individuals for their key roles in this strategy. So, number 1 is Mrs. Duduzile Zuma Sambutla, number 2, Mrs. Sipokazi Zuma, and number 3, Mr. Blessing Khoza. Having considered all the information available to me and the facts at my disposal, I believe these 3 individuals have contravened the following laws. Number 1, Prevention and Combating of Trafficking in Persons Act. Number 2, Regulations of Foreign Military Assistance Act. And number 3, the Common Law Act of Fraud. I urge the South African government to expedite all the diplomatic efforts to secure the immediate and safe return of our citizens. Furthermore, I call on all South Africans to be vigilant and not fall prey to the individuals offering too good to be true opportunities abroad, especially those involving traveling to conflict zones. And guys, we were shocked by this statement by the eldest daughter of Jacob Zuma. But one thing that I still cannot wrap my head around is why didn't the eldest daughter of Jacob Zuma include Jacob Zuma in this mess? Because I don't know, guys. I don't believe that Duduzile Zuma is capable of doing something like this without the knowledge of Jacob Zuma. I don't think that Jacob Zuma doesn't know anything about what Duduzile Zuma has done. So after the eldest daughter has opened a criminal case, Duduzile Zuma also spoke with the authorities, and the South African Police Service confirmed that the Hawks investigations are investigating into Duduzile Zuma and the others over the alleged recruitment of 17 South Africans into Russia-Ukraine conflict. So now, Duduzile Zuma says that I am a victim. I am a victim. This is what Duduzile Zuma actually wants us to believe. The South African Police Service has confirmed that the Hawks Crimes Against the State Unit is investigating Member of Parliament Duduzile Zuma in connection with the allegations that she helped recruit 17 South African men who are now stranded in the war zone in Ukraine. The case was opened by her half-sister, Nkosazana Bonganini Zuma Ncube, who filed an affidavit at the Sandton police station. According to the complaint, Duduzile Zuma and together with others, Blessings Khoza, allegedly lured the men to Russia under the pretense of security guard training. Instead, the men claimed they were handed to a Russian mercenary group and deployed to fight in Ukraine, Donbas region, without fully understanding the contracts they signed, which were reportedly written in Russian. South African Police Service spokesperson Brigadier Athlenda Mate confirmed that an inquiry docket has been registered and the matter has been escalated to the Hawks for further investigation. Zuma Ncube alleges that the recruitment may contravene several laws, including the Prevention and Combating of Trafficking in Persons Act, the Regulation of Foreign Military Assistance Act, as well as the General Fraud. Family members of the trapped men, many of whom come from the KwaZulu-Natal, say they are desperate for their return. Duduzile Zuma, another sister, described the situation as deeply worrying. Quote, they are desperate to come home and scared for their lives. So I want us to actually find an article where Duduzile Zuma was speaking about how she is a victim in all of this. And I still cannot believe that Duduzile Zuma actually wants South Africans to believe that she was a victim in all of this. Because Duduzile Zuma says that she got a message on WhatsApp from this gentleman, and that is called Mr. Blessings Khoza. And Mr. Blessings Khoza told her about this training in Russia. And what Duduzile Zuma did is that she went to Russia herself to see exactly what this man was talking about. And she came back to say, but guys, it was a nice training and now I'm encouraging other people to go and see it for themselves. And Duduzile Zuma, again, wants us to believe that she was scammed because she says that, no, I was not placed in a conflict zone. But if you think about it, who would actually put the daughter of the former president in a conflict zone? Even if these people were conducting a training that was going to result in people being put in the front lines, who actually, in their right mind, would put the daughter of the former president in a conflict zone? No, absolutely nobody. And again, one thing I don't understand about this thing is that Duduzile Zuma gets this message on WhatsApp from this gentleman. She claims that she doesn't know this person. And the first thing that Duduzile Zuma did was to get on a plane to go to Russia. She didn't even verify who this person is. She doesn't know who this person is. She gets a message and she's not even interested in knowing who this person is. And she wants us to believe that she doesn't know who this person is. I mean, guys, I don't want to lie. I mean, like, I'm so fed up with this gaslighting that we are subjected to. Honestly. I'm so fed up with this gaslighting that we are subjected to. Because it is nothing but gaslighting at this point. Nothing but gaslighting. How do you expect the South Africans to believe that you got a message from this person that you don't know? You absolutely don't know this person. You don't know who this person is. And the first thing that you do is to get on a plane to go to Russia. And when did all of this thing happen? Duduzile Zuma says that I went to Russia for like a month. When did Duduzile Zuma go to Russia for a month for this training? When? There are so many holes, man, in the story, man. There are so many holes in the story. And I don't want to lie, I am not surprised when I see the MK party basically distancing themselves from Duduzile Zuma. They are distancing themselves from Duduzile Zuma because they don't want this matter to be escalated to Jacob Zuma. Because everybody who has a functioning brain knows that Duduzile Zuma does not do anything without her father. Duduzile Zuma does not do anything without her father. So if these people actually expect us to believe that Duduzile Zuma did all of these things without the knowledge of Jacob Zuma, clearly these people think that we are naive. And this is the only reason why the MK party has decided to distance themselves from Duduzile Zuma. This is the only reason why. This is the only reason why. It is the only reason why. Because they don't want this matter to be escalated. They don't want this matter to be escalated. So I'm trying to find that article that talks about Duduzile Zuma and again, there's something that is quite disturbing about the daughter of Jacob Zuma. Man, there are quite a lot of pictures and videos where she's basically half naked on the internet. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that. And this person was actually sent on Parliament. She was sent on Parliament. But there's a lot of pictures, man. I don't know. Why didn't she just talk to somebody, man, in IT to get rid of maybe these distasteful images of her that are all over social media? There are a lot of distasteful images of Duduzile Zuma on social media. And you are the president's daughter, man. You are the president's daughter. So, earlier, the MK party, a spokesperson, they spoke with the IOL. And this is when we actually realized that the MK party is trying to distance themselves from Duduzile Zuma. They are trying to say that, guys, this is not the matter of the MK party, but this is the matter of Duduzile Zuma. It is a Duduzile matter. It is not an MK party matter. This is what they are saying.
Okay, so let me just share the following. This is a very sensitive matter, and we're dealing with people's children, we're dealing with families, brothers, and family associates. So, by virtue of that, and by virtue of the fact that there's a case that's been opened and that's been investigated by the Hawks, I think it's always better to allow that process to unfold. Comrade Dudu has, in this case, opened up a case of her own. I think she states categorically what is in the transpired. And let's also allow the diplomatic channels to also take their course, because we know that the officials are reviewing and looking into this matter. At this point, we cannot confirm or deny anything at this point, because we don't know the facts of what transpired. And on the issue of the letter, I mean, I've seen the letter on social media. I've not seen the letter myself. So.
And this is the case with the MK party. It's always this thing that I have not seen this letter. I have not seen this letter. I don't know, man. If these people were paid 1,000 rands every time they said, I have not seen this letter, I think that the MK party would have generated 100 million rands by now. They don't see anything. They don't see anything. The letter that who's this lady, Mary Party, sent to Jacob Zuma about the former deputy president of the MK party, Dr. John Shockwaves, allegedly harassing her, they didn't see that letter. They didn't see that letter. There are so many cases in the MK party where people say that we have spoken with the leaders of the MK party. And the first thing that these people would say when they get to the media is that, no, we haven't seen that letter. We haven't seen that letter. So I'm not surprised that Nhlamulo Ndlela, as the spokesperson of the MK party, says that, no, I have not seen that letter. This is what they always say. This is what they always say. Man, they need to find a better tactic. For real.
I cannot confirm whether the letter is true or not. And hence I'm saying, let's allow the investigation to unfold. Again, this is not an MK matter. It's a Dudu matter. I can't speak on behalf of Dudu. I'm not Dudu's spokesperson. I'm MK Party spokesperson. I think that's important for people to understand. And we'll only comment when we are approached by the officials on this issue. As it is, MK Party is not involved, and we just need to allow the process and the law to take its course.
But can you comment to the extent that a senior member of your party is being implicated in such and is being accused of that? From that front, you as the party spokesperson, what's your response to that?
Well, we are in a political space, and by nature, I mean, anything that we know is associated with the Zuma family will always catch light and will always be looked at and scrutinized, and in most cases, unfairly so. So, I can't comment on the basis of just it being something that's making noise out there. I mean, there's a lot of noise being made about many other things. So it's just a matter of allowing the process to unfold, and then, at that point, we'll make a determination as to whether we should speak or not, and how to intervene if need be in the first place.
I mean, like, it is such an MK Party response. It is such an MK Party response. And guys, I have found that article that talks about Duduzile Zuma alleging that she was misled in this whole thing. I had to find this article, guys. I had to. Because it is still ridiculous. Every time I go through this article, I'm like, man, who the hell do these people actually think that we are? So it says that Duduzile Zuma alleges she was misled in a Russian recruitment scandal. Duduzile Zuma, the daughter of the former president Jacob Zuma and the member of parliament for the MK Party, has filed a criminal complaint against what she claims was she was misled in a scheme that left at least 17 South African men stranded in a Russian conflict zone. The allegations come days after Duduzile's sister Nkosazana Zuma Ncube accused her of recruiting the men for what she presented as the paramilitary training, but allegedly involved Russian mercenary forces. Duduzile, in a sworn affidavit, denies recruiting anybody for combat, saying she herself was misled by a man named Blessing Khoza and believed the program was lawful non-combat training course. The Hawks Serious Crime Unit confirmed an investigation is ongoing, and Brigadier Tandimbambo said the case is in its early stages and will eventually be referred to the Director of the Public Prosecutions. The presidency has also launched an inquiry into how the men ended up in the conflict zone, condemning the exploitation of young vulnerable people. Authorities note this part of the broader patterns of deceptive recruitment, including reports of South African women being targeted by the Russian companies for work support in the Ukraine war. And talking about the people that have been misled into joining these schemes. Guys, this is not the first time that we speak about a company from Russia recruiting South Africans only to find out that it was bad news. You remember a couple of months ago, there was a huge scandal about this Alabuga program where a lot of South African social media influencers got in a lot of trouble after recruiting people to go to Russia because they presented that there was this company there and it is working. And allegedly, this company only wanted the girls from 18 to like 22 years old. And somehow, these South African social media influencers, they didn't see that as a red flag. They went ahead and recruited people. They only found out later that, no, man, this company has also been accused of human trafficking and things like that. And they did that in this country. So now we are learning again about a training program, supposedly in Russia, that is busy recruiting South Africans. And now we have a situation where South Africans are stranded in the conflict zone. What is happening here, guys? What is happening here? Just a couple of months ago, it was reported that there are young girls that are allegedly stranded in Russia after being recruited under the so-called Alabuga thing. They were promised work opportunities there in Russia. But now, nobody knows where some of these girls are. And it is not only South African girls. They are recruiting everywhere. So now we are learning the same thing. It is happening. There's a training course in Russia that is busy recruiting people. Now people are stuck in the conflict zones. This is serious. It is serious. And if only we had the competent law enforcement authorities, they would actually get to the bottom of this. But I don't trust the hawks, unfortunately. I don't trust the hawks. I don't trust the NPA. I don't trust them. I don't think they can actually get to the bottom of this. I don't think they have the capacity to get to the bottom of this. It is going to be one of those cold cases. It is just going to end. They are not going to get to the bottom of this. So the MK party has decided to throw Duduzile Zuma under the bus. They are telling us that Duduzile Zuma has resigned voluntarily. Voluntarily. How do they say this word? Voluntarily. They say Duduzile Zuma has resigned by herself from parliament. But we know that it's not like Duduzile Zuma is somebody who actually cares about accountability. This is to save face and to stop the matters from escalating upwards. So now the MK party has to come out and pretend like they are taking a hard stand against Duduzile Zuma. With all of the things that Duduzile Zuma has been accused of doing in the MK party, why is the MK party only acting right now? Why are they only acting right now? Duduzile Zuma once insulted the former Secretary General of the MK party, Floyd Shivambu, on social media, man, saying things that we cannot even repeat on these platforms. And nothing happened to Duduzile Zuma. So she was accused of causing the divisions in the MK party. Nothing has been done. But somehow, now the MK party is coming out to act against Duduzile Zuma. And the question that we all should be asking is why?
Thank you very much, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I shall read the statement on behalf of the national officials of Mkhonto Sizwe. The national officials of Mkhonto Sizwe Party, led by our president, held a successful bi-monthly national officials meeting at the KwaZulu-Natal provincial offices from the 26th to the 27th of November. The national officials would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the community of Ward 17 Emandeni local municipality for entrusting Comrade Pelele Mkhwanas, a dedicated and committed young leader from this community, for being overwhelmingly voted as a ward councillor.
Please, Natinhle Komena, I want the matters of Duduzile Zuma. So now we are being told that this is what happened.
Comrade Dudu was never forced to resign. She volunteered to resign because she wanted to focus in helping families return their loved ones. Now, it ends there. There is really nothing. She submitted a resignation today because she could not submit a resignation without taking the leadership into confidence and getting permission to do that. So as far as we know, the resignation's got nothing to do with admission of guilt or the organization finding her guilty.
Man, the representatives of the MK party, they clearly think that we have half brains. Why would Duduzile Zuma resign if it is not an admission of something? Why would she resign? If she's innocent in all of these things, why is she resigning? Why is she resigning? Why is she not fighting to clear her name? And I don't think that Duduzile Zuma has to resign from the position as the member of parliament just to help the families get those people back. She helped those people to go to Russia while she was still the member of parliament. Why does she need to resign to help those people to come back? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If I can do one thing as the member of parliament, clearly I can do number two as the member of parliament. She doesn't need to resign to help the families of those people to come back. She doesn't. There's a reason why she resigned.
It's her as a disciplined member of MK and the leader realizing that there is this question that the country need to resolve of returning those young people safely at home, and she has requested that she be recused from responsibilities and focus in cooperating fully with all organs of the state who want to find the truth and return those South Africans safe.
Nah, man. It's just that all of you guys there in the MK party, you think all of us come from Kandla. You think all of us, we come from Kandla. Duduzile Zuma does not have to resign. She does not have to resign. And I don't believe that Duduzile Zuma was not forced to resign. She was forced to resign. I cannot prove it right now. But I know that she was forced to resign. And I think it's only a matter of time before Duduzile Zuma comes out and says that I did not want to resign as the member of parliament. I was actually forced to resign. How many of us guys are going to sit here and wait for Duduzile Zuma to actually say that it was not my decision to resign? It was not. They are not even allowing her to speak for herself. That's how bad it is. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts about this mess in the MK party? Because I'm quite concerned, man. I look at Jacob Zuma, I look at his moves, him going to Burkina Faso, embracing the dictators and going to Morocco, having the allegations of accepting the money from Morocco. Now we are also learning that her daughter is involved in a scheme that is sending people to be trained as the mercenaries in Russia. There's something that is being cooked here. I am concerned. I'm concerned. I feel like there's something that is being cooked right now. And we really need to pay attention into what could possibly be. But one thing for sure is that something is happening here. Something is happening here. I don't think that there's a coincidence. There is not a coincidence. And those people that are stuck in Russia, how many of them have actually came back as the mercenaries? If we don't include these 17 ones that we are speaking about right now, how many people have actually been sent to Russia for this so-called training? How many Russian mercenaries? How many people that have been trained by the Russian mercenaries do we have in the country right now? And who are those people loyal to? Who are they loyal to? I believe that there is something that is being cooked right now, guys. You can make up your own conclusion. I know it's there in your mind. You can make up your own conclusion about what is actually being cooked right now. What are your thoughts, guys? Please tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button. And the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.